For a while now, Loin Cloth Ashes has been a very popular but quite elusive South African fashion brand to find until now. They've opened up a new store and we sent our Bridget to be the very first in that VIP buying line.
The urban community of the Mabaneng precinct gets yet another dash of inspiration, fashion flair and African chic with the launch of the fashion store Loin Cloth Ashes. This new wave of African Renaissance is courtesy of designer and founder Anisa Mpungwa. And with all the buzz surrounding the launch, I'm not the only person dying to get inside. Break down the name for me. Where did that come from?
Basically, the name is born from sackcloth and ashes from the Bible. I didn't like the word sack so much because I'm like, one day I'm going to be international. And I said maybe loin would be better.
The woman that wears loincloth and ashes, yes. How would you describe her? Who is she?
She is somebody who's confident, somebody who's a go-getter, someone who knows herself. The face of Loincloth and Ashes is Anele Mdoda, and everyone knows her for her vibrant character. And I felt that everything she represented Loincloth and Ashes.
Anisa is no newcomer to success. Loincloth and Ashes was met with rave reviews in 2008 and won Al's New Talent Award. Since then, Loincloth and Ashes has appeared on local catwalks as well as making its debut on the international ramps, having been showcased at the prestigious New York Fashion Week as part of the Arise magazine African collection in 2010.
Just purely as an African aspiring designer, you never think in your head that, hold on a minute, I'm going to share the same stage as Alexander McQueen, Carolina Herrera, or whoever else. Came back, my career was on the go. It was one of the most amazing things that happened in my life.
What do you think it is that misconception that sort of drives that African designers aren't quite as, up to par with the rest?
We take the West and we put it up as a standard and we're like, we need to aspire to that standard. For the longest time, I'm like, I need to be as good as Vivienne Westwood. I need to be as good as, I didn't realize that all I needed to say is I need to be the best I could be. That's where everyone's mindset needs to be at. My outfit is made in Africa by an African.
Yes.
Full stop.
What do you think it is about Loincloth and Ashes that resonates so well with its clientele?
I think it's the modern African aesthetic, but also Anisa's personality comes through in her designs. One finds that there's a desire that you want to be associated with the brand.
I just find Anisa's work to be really consistent, and it's like she knows how to make women look absolutely beautiful.
I love the designs, I love the lines, I love the silhouettes, I love the simplicity of the product.
What do you think the store now, Loincloth and Ashes, what do you think that's going to mean for the brand? Where's this going to take it?
Yes, she needs to distribute, but just having a base, just having a flagship store. And for me, especially having it in this area, it presses all my buttons. That's why I'm here doing it, because we want to regenerate the inner city of Johannesburg. We want designers to come to this area, and Anisa is a flag bearer. And to have Anisa doing it is fantastic.
The way for the future, breath of fresh air in Johannesburg and in Africa.
It's very African, but it's so cosmopolitan.
It's free-flowing, it's very feminine, very sexy, and the accessories to die for.
I'm not one to always buy that kind of stuff, but the way in which it was infused with what you could call international couture, love. I know there are a lot of people right now trying to infuse all of that together, and they don't always get it right.
I like the fact that a lot of the pieces are still sexy without revealing too much.
This moment right now, if you had to describe it.
I had to walk out of the shop to give myself a moment, because this is crazy. I'll dress certain clients, now I can dress everybody. Yay!
I have never been disappointed.
And it's nice to support, you know, things that are from our continent and our country. Local is like...
I see big things for her. Massive, massive, massive things.
Africa, watch out.
Now, ladies from all walks of life can get a dash of African flair by simply popping into Loin Cloth and Ashes. With that said, I think it's time that I do some damage.
Proudly brought to you by Hennessy Cognac.